What's up, what's up, what's up, people? Oh, I am totally.
Hey, what's up, you guys? So, as always, as I start every look, I like to go in with my Professionals primer. The reason why I do this is because I'm telling you, it is the key to an easy airbrush foundation look. I start with this because I really want it to sink into my face. So when I actually go in with my foundation later, it'll be all ready to go and it'll be soaked in and perfect. I use the original formulation because I really feel like with my combination skin, it keeps me still looking very lively and not completely matte. I also feel like if you apply this with a flat brush, you get the most usage out of it and create less bacteria and dirt spread it around from your fingers. So next, I like to use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is my primer slash coverage slash everything in the world. I love it for anything and everything. I use the NW20 formulation in the spring and summer, and then more towards fall and winter, I like to use the NC20, just because, of course, I get a little bit more tan and I like to follow up with my skin tone correctly. So after I apply that with a flat brush, I just go in with a concealer blending brush and I blend that all into the skin and really create a flat base. And then I set it with my translucent powder. And this is going to help keep everything blended and staying and not creasing. So next I'm using my MAC 217 brush. This is to help blend any shadows. It's a very good crease brush. And I'm using my Morphe palette by Jaclyn Hill. The two shadows I picked up are very neutral browns. The reason why I chose something very neutral is because they're going to complement the pink shades more than a cool tone, more than a warm tone brown would. Those just need something, like I said, very neutral to be complemented with. So I just blend this very generously all throughout the eye. I don't have any rhyme or reason to it. You can put it anywhere. It's just going to help with their transitioning with all these shades. So here I'm using the light pink shade again from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm placing this exactly where I placed the neutral colors. I put it not too much, but I put enough to give this a very pink brown transition color. You are more than welcome to skip the brown step if you want this to be more of a pink tone, but for me, I felt like the brown just really complemented and gave a lot more definition. So here I'm using the Urban Decay Electric palette. This is my favorite palette of all time that I've ever used for punky colors. I'm going in with the pink shade first and I'm placing it. Then I add the pink purple shade on top of that and then I start to blend it. The reason why I do this is because I want to create as much pigment as I can and I kind of want to make this a double shade. You are more than welcome to blend both of them together and place them, but I found that when I placed the hot pink first and then placed the purple pink after, it just gave a nicer blend definition to the look rather than just being boom, it is on your face and not blended whatsoever. So I'm using just a simple blending brush. This one's actually not one of my favorites, but it gets the job done really well. But you can see I go back in with my my MAC 224 brush, and this just helps blend everything together a little bit more because as you saw, it kind of just made it too harsh with that other one. So now I'm going back in with that same brush I used before. Yes, I did. This is the purple from the Urban Decay palette, and I'm keeping this very low and structured because I want this look to be very angled and almost like almond shaped because my eyes are very round. I like to alter my shape as much as I can when I do these punky color looks. So the reason why I went back in with this brush is because I actually got this from a school I went to back in the day, and I really like the way it gives a harsh pigment to the shades. But as far as blending, it's very difficult because it all it does is really spreads the color. So I always suggest going back in with something light and less dense to help blend those back and forth. So after you're done blending this to your desired blendability, I like to go in with a flat brush and I'm going to go ahead and apply that Revolt from the Urban Decay palette. Again, we are keeping this very low and structured to slim the eye down. So in order to do that, I do not go too far out. I stop at the corner of my eye iris color. Is that what it's called? I stop at the outer part because I don't want to go any further and get rid of the purple, nor do I want my whole eye just to be silver. So I like to concentrate it as much as I can in the inner corner. And as you see, I blend it on that outer part because I really want it to be more harsh in the inner corner and more faded in the outer. So I'm doing the same thing to the other side, and you can use your finger. Let's be honest, your finger does give great pigmentation when it comes to glitters, but I do like MAC Fix Plus with this color. It is always my go-to, so in order to do that, I have to use a flat brush. So once you have that all blended out to your perfect shade of blending, I don't know why I keep saying that, to your fancy, you're going to go ahead and put that rest, what you have on the brush, on the inner corner, and that's just going to give you a little pop. So now I'm going in with my favorite foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I get so many compliments on this foundation because it really does give me a very airbrush flawless look. And I do apply this very old school. I find if you apply this with a stippling brush, it makes the look the best. Like, this foundation looks the best when you stipple it. I do not like using a beauty blender with it because I feel like the beauty blender just, whoa, what am I doing? I feel like the beauty blender just doesn't do it well enough. So it just doesn't give it any justice. So after you use the stippling brush, I just go back in with a Morphe blending foundation brush, and I really just blend the heck out of it because this is what is key to the foundation. And yes, it's broken. Whoops. So I gotta get rid of what's on my nose there. I know I have pink shadow. It's gonna bother me until I get rid of it. I get rid of it here, I promise, people. So once you blend that all around to your fancy, again, I just really make sure I get that nose covered. See, told you. I'm like, girl, you got some pink shadow all over your nose, and that happened on accident. You didn't see it on camera. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my NW20 MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm applying this all down underneath the eye. I kind of just spread it out as if like there's an imaginary triangle. I don't make it perfect. I just kind of go at it. And then I put it around my nose because my nose has a little discoloration still from that eyeshadow. And then if you have any little blemishes, go ahead and cover those up as well. And then after I apply that with the flat brush, I just go back in with the blending brush. You can see that I do have a little bit of a rhyme or reason method to this. I like to use this almost as my highlight. It's not a huge highlight difference because it is the warm shade. If I wanted a bigger highlight shade, I would definitely go in with my NC20 or even my NC15 because I really, really like the effect of that. But for this look, I don't see it being so necessary because I want the concentration to be on the eyes. So again, I'm just blending this with my concealer brush, and this is the Morphe concealer brush, by the way. It is the best blending concealer brush I've ever used. All right, so next I'm going in with my Morphe Angle blush brush, and I'm using this actually as my contour brush. I really like the effect that this gives me because it gives me more of a bronzing effect rather than a harsh bronze line. The reason why I like more of a bronzing effect because I already do have a very sunken in cheekbone. I like to just bronze it a little bit because if I contour it, it just looks too harsh on my face. So I don't know if you saw, but before I even applied it, you can see that I have a really dark hollow shadow. So like I said, I like to just apply it above that and give myself more of a bronze warm pink tone. This is the Too Faced Luminous Snow Bunny bronzer, by the way. It is the best warming bronzer because it has those pink and golden shades. So beautiful. So now I'm going in with, of course, NARS Orgasm, everyone's favorite blush of all time. At least it's mine. And I'm going in with this blush brush from Morphe. And I'm applying it way too harsh on my cheeks. And then I'm like, whoa, I got to blend that out. Normally, I don't really like to apply this on the apples on my cheeks. I like to go more along the cheekbone. But you'll see when I put my highlight on, the highlight actually gets rid of a lot of this blush. So I kind of go back and forth and blend this as much as I possibly can to make it as natural, I guess. And this is my highlighting brush that I like to use. And I use the MAC highlight. I love this highlight. It is the best highlight on the planet. Again, why do I keep saying that? Because it's true. A girl matched me with this one day, and I was telling her, I was like, I need something that's like your craziest highlight, most shiniest, beautiful, whitest highlight. And she gave this to me, and it's my favorite of all time. I'm really excited for Jaclyn Hill's Becca palette. Anybody else? I'm so getting that. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Okay. Anyways, So after you go ahead and highlight your cheekbones, I go in with this smaller brush, and I take that same exact highlight and I apply it underneath the brow. I apply it on the cupid's bow. I apply it on the jaw, anything that needs a little bit more expertise of highlight. I normally used to never highlight. Yeah, I'm highlighting my brow before my brows. I know, I get it. I did it. I normally don't highlight my cupid's bow as much, but a girl at my work actually told me that that's like a thing, and so I started doing it, and now I can't stop. So yeah. Once you have enough highlight, I'm gonna go in with my brows. This is my go-to brow gel. I've been using this for years now. This is the NYX brow gel, and it gives me, yeah, I have this small little, yeah, I don't know what to say about this, but I love it. I can't get rid of it, people. It just works so well. I broke it in. Okay, so I'm just brushing my brows and then using this. This is the brunette shade by NYX, and I don't know why. You just use a little bit, by the way. I don't know why I love this so much. It's actually very difficult to work with in the beginning, but once you really get the hang of it, I feel like it just gives you the most stamped brows. I'm not gonna lie, they're not natural looking. They're very harsh, but I personally like that look on myself. So yeah. So after the eyebrows are filled, we're gonna go in with your favorite mascara. At the moment, mine is Falsies. I don't know, it's just been a go-to of mine for years. You can definitely apply false lashes with this look because this is a look that you can have as much drama as you please. For me, I'm just not a big Falsies fan on myself because I just get very irritated and my eyes start to water with them. So I try not to apply them as much as I possibly can. So I'm going in with these two shades from the Urban Decay palette that we used on the eye earlier. And I'm going in with this Jaclyn Hill pink one that we used as well. And I'm kind of just creating the same smoky effect of the eye on top underneath. You really don't have to be so blended on this. I kind of like a very defined under eye more than a very smoky under eye because it really creates that almond shade for me. So I wanted a close-up on you so you could see that with this harsher defined look, it really starts to slim things down. And for me, it creates a less messy look. If you have bigger eyes, you can definitely do this. But I'm trying to shrink my eyes down with this look. So like I said, the more arched and structured I can get it, the better. For this look, you can use eyeliner. You can use eyeliner in the waterline. I get very irritated with eyeliner in my waterline, so I try to avoid that at all costs. You can definitely apply a winged liner as well. This look is very versatile. For me, again, I prefer a look without eyeliner because it opens the eyes. It's very contradicting, but to me it makes sense to open the eyes and structure the eyes. So I'm going in with the NYX lip color. This color is amazing. The only thing I would say about it is you do have to apply a few coats to get a desired purple shade, but I swear I get so many compliments on this purple shade. It is so pretty. All right, once you are done, that is it, I guess. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this. I want you guys to know this is all for fun, and I feel like doing these videos and having you guys watch them with me is just such a treat, and I really appreciate you stopping by and having a little fun with me today. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you again for watching, and keep an eye out for some more looks, and yeah, bye. Bye. All right, bye.